as it goes thus. When the union's inspiration through the workers must around, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? For the union makes us strong. Solidarity, solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity.
He has promoted the workers as at revenue. He has paid workers' salary as at revenue. He has in his magnanimity granted the salaries of our permanent secretaries to come to par with other permanent secretaries in the Federation. It's not an easy thing. He has been allocating new tmrw vehicles to the permanent secretaries, and like the Army generals, he has asked them to go home with the vehicles on retirements.
I have the honor and privilege to address all of you today on the occasion of the annual celebration of Workers' Day. Traditionally, the first day of May of every year has been set aside worldwide to celebrate and appreciate the contribution of all workers of the world in whatever development that mankind has attained. Today, and here in Abia State, the celebration of this year's Workers' Day comes at a unique time for all of us. It is not just a day to honor and appreciate the workers of Abia for their productivity and services. It is a day to say a big thank you to all Abia workers for your contribution in the liberation of our state from bondage and enthronement of ideal democracy and freedom of choice to aspire. I salute all the workers of Abia State for keeping faith with me and our government throughout our many problems in the past 1 year. In spite of the many lingering issues calling for resolution, you kept trust in our government and did not embark on a disruptive industrial action. Where there were disagreements, you eventually bowed to amicable settlement and resolution based on your love for the people of Abia State. I assure you, we appreciate your efforts, and our government will honor all agreements reached with workers and your unions. I wish to note that it was through the efforts and understanding of the workers in Abia State that I have been re-elected into office for another 4-year term. Your efforts are highly commended, and we will use these next 4 years in office and the opportunities offered to promote the welfare of workers and to right all outstanding wrongs and interests due to Abia workers. After your actions and votes have liberated Abia from the clutches of oppression and impunity, the next government will focus on the development of Abia State's economy and the welfare of our people. This task cannot be accomplished without the full support and cooperation of the workers of the state. I therefore seek your cooperation and patience in the days ahead so that with their collaboration, we'll not only take Abia to the next level, but truly change the face of our state. As we together embark on this journey of changing the face of Abia, my priority will remain the securing of the welfare of Abia workers. The payment of workers' salary will continue to form the first line of charge of the expenditures of the state. We will continue to ensure that Abia workers receive a fair wage for their work done, and promotion of workers will continue on merit as at when due. We will continue to ensure that Abia workers serve within a conducive environment to enable them perform optimally. I want to sincerely thank the new executive of the NLC in Abia State and thank all those who ensured that their election was free and fair. And I plead with you to cooperate with them. I also thank the outgone ESCO because they did a very good job. Let me also thank my very good friend of TUC, Comrade Ndukwe Ikwago. He is one man, one union leader who has fearlessly always come out here as he did to say the truth. We know that union leaders are used to agitation. There's nothing that you will do that will satisfy them. Rather, if they want to praise you, they'll scratch it and bombard you with requests. But Comrade Ndukwe has always stood his ground to marshal out the things government have done. And I want to thank him for that job that he has done for me this morning. There's no point my going back again to repeat all that he has said. He has become my mouthpiece. The plan of erecting an additional secretariat for Abia workers is still very fresh in our mind. And I want to assure you that we shall, before the expiration of our tenure, erect an adjourned secretariat that will accommodate extra workers. And the workers to be accommodated will be those that are occupying choice land in the town, in the urban areas. We will relocate them to the secretariat, and the place they will vacate, we shall turn it into a housing estate or any other thing that will be meaningful for our people. I want to remind you also that our plan to relocate the Umuahia market to Bani market is not yet dead. Rather, it has been reinvigorated. And before the expiration of our tenure, I assure you that this market that is at the center of Umuahia will move to Bani Bay. The workers also, the government is very conscious of the fact that accommodation has remained a perennial problem for all of you. And that is why we are scattering the whole of the urban area with housing estates. We have achieved the housing estate at Adelebo Street, which I am sure there are some workers that benefited from the purchase of those houses. I want to draw your attention also to the Amuba housing estate. I know that most of you have not gone there. They don't even know that there's a housing estate being erected there. I urge all workers to take out time out of their busy schedule and go and see what is happening at Amuba. Those houses there are for you. You have to make your choice and start now preparing to at least buy one that will be for your own forever. Apart from that, remember the Isieke housing estate that was sometimes abandoned because the investor absconded. We want to do that job by ourselves, just like we did that of Adelebo. In no distant time, we are going to start the construction of a housing estate at Isieke, and workers remain the priority people that will benefit from that housing estate. I assure all workers that is said that to whom much is given, much is expected. As we keep our promise to Abia workers, I will expect nothing less than maximum cooperation. the chairman of NLC has said certain things which honestly I would like to touch on. And one of them is the fact of the 18,000 naira minimum wage. I have made my promise, and my promise is my bond. I started it even before the 18,000 minimum wage came. I promised workers that I'll promote them if I'm elected, and I kept to my promise. Is it this one that I will not keep to, now that I've been re-elected? Recall that you remain my primary constituency, the workers. I was a worker like you before. I'm still a worker. Therefore, I will always do those things that will lead to the upliftment of workers, wherever you are. Just count on this government. Give us your confidence. Give us your dedication, and you will see what we will do. We have kept faith in the payment of salaries, despite the hard times that we have had. We have not owed workers any kobo. Even during the last time when workers in the local government system were owed because of certain exigencies, you know why they were owed. We did everything possible to make sure that those workers were paid. And that was why at the expiration of the tenure of the elected chairman of local governments, I appointed you, the workers, as heads of service to help me achieve this objective. And we did achieve that objective within 6 months. We were able to liquidate a debt of 2.9 billion, which I inherited from that local government system in the payment of salaries and arrears of salaries. I did that, and I'm assuring you that the payment of workers' salary will still remain a priority to me. He mentioned also that HMB people have not been paid. I am surprised to hear that, because the directive I gave was for all workers to be paid. If HMB has not been paid, then there must be some problem somewhere, and I assure you that immediately we start work, we shall look into it and make sure that they are paid. But while we are paying you, we expect, like I said, maximum cooperation from workers. I don't want to come and castigate workers here, because I was once a worker, I'm still a worker. All the tricks in the civil service I know. It is not what we are coming here to talk now. But all I'm soliciting is that workers remain the engine room of government. And if you fail, I have failed. And myself being a worker, if I don't do well here, it is to your detriment. That one of you was elected governor and didn't do anything. But if I perform very well, it is to your credit. Therefore, it is incumbent on you to help me to succeed, because my success is your success. On that note, I want to assure you also that I'm very conscious of the promise I made, giving bosses to the trade unions. Now that the elections are over, this is the time to redeem such promises. And yes, there are also labor leaders I would like to appreciate. Like the new chairman, cannot be entering Keke na Pepe every time. He must have a new, brand new tmrw vehicle. And there are two of my friends also. My friend who has been speaking very well about me, I can't leave him. I have to compensate him. That is all about politics. Comrade Ndukwe Ikwagu also. We have a new vehicle. And one other man, Comrade Kissinger, wherever he is. That's another strong man I know. I have to appreciate them one after the other. My dear workers, after the actions and votes have finally liberated Abia from the clutches of oppression and impunity, the next government will focus on the development of Abia State's economy and welfare of the people. This task cannot be accomplished without absolute performance and devotion to duty and service to the people. We are in a hurry to develop Abia State, and our workers should be the engine of that drive. They should be the pulley and not the cog in the wheel of change and development. I must conclude that I have absolute confidence in the ability of Abia workers And as we celebrate today, let this be a source of rededication to the work ethics and a recommitment to the progress of Abia State. I want to thank you very much and say, may God bless all Abia workers.